World Book Week 2020. Birth to 2 years of age is a crucial period for the development of language and pre-literacy skills. You can foster the development of these skills by simply exposing your child to books. When you read to your child, you teach fundamental skills about the communication process and build listening, memory, and vocabulary skills. Furthermore, research has shown that shared book reading experiences have a special role in fostering early literacy development by building background knowledge about the world and concepts about books and print. Sitting down and reading with your child is truly one of the best ways you can begin to lay the foundation for pre-literacy skills.
We are going to see how to make story time playful and fun.
So now we're going to read you a story. It's story time. Ne, guys? We're all listening. Okay, let me read the story to you. Our story name is The Rainbow Fish. Ne? Okay, let's listen to the story. A long away out in the deep blue sea, they lived as fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were very shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales along them. The other fish were amazed his beauty. They called him a rainbow fish. Come on, rainbow fish, they would call. Come and play with us. But the rainbow fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer.
Reading with babies 0 to 6 months. During the first few months of life, your baby loves to hear your voice, so you can read almost anything. Sit your baby on your lap and get close. Cuddling while you read helps your baby feel safe, warm, and connected to you.
While reading a book, encourage baby to point at pictures. Turning pages in a book develops hand and finger small muscles and also crosses the midline, integrating both sides of the brain. Use animated voice and facial expression when reading.
Okay, now the first activity we're going to do are toddlers activities, and then we're going to do an activity of reading. So when we read, you need to select books that you're going to need for the baby, and then after, you let the baby engage with the book and just page through the books.
If activities are too difficult and the child is not repeating names, just let them point to objects and turn pages. You can also extend the activity if it is too easy for the baby. You can name the objects and let them point to it, count the objects and name colors of objects.
Beyond books. Talk to your child during routines and activities by describing what you are doing or what is going on. Sing songs or do movement activities that involve imitation.
In this video, the children will dramatize sections of the story that the practitioner read.
So now we are going to pretend as if we are the sea. We all know the sea, ne? That's where the fish lives, ne? So now we're going to make the waves, ne? We're pretending like we are the sea. The sea, ne? These are our waves, ne? Ne? Then let's make big waves. Let's make big waves. Okay? Small waves. Small waves, Masako. Let's make small waves. And then now we're going to pretend as if we are the fishes under the sea, ne? Then let's pretend as if we are the starfish and under the rock. We're under the rock. The starfish under the rock. Under there. Oh.
In the video, we saw how the children gained a better understanding of the story when they acted it out.
Recognize when toddler is initiating a conversation, even when it's not verbal. For example, a child holds up his empty cup to the caregiver. And respond in a way that will invite more interaction. I see your cup, Jack. Do you want milk? Try to keep directive language.
In the following video, we see how imagined writing should be part of playtime and not a formal activity.
Oh wow, guys, you're making tea. Is it a nice tea? Can I please have?
Yes.
Where's my cup? Where's my cup? Oh, thank you. Is there sugar in here? There's no sugar. So I must drink tea without sugar. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Remember now, next week, we're going to make tea again, How about we write everything, or we write the ingredients, what we're going to use next? Let me give you something to write. There's something to write. No, the things that you need when making tea, Write something that tea bags, sugar, boiled water. Let's write. Let's put our tea and let's write what we will need. The cups, teaspoon, the saucer. Yes. Remember, tea bags, sugar, boiled water, a kettle. Kettle. There's minute.
In the video, we saw the children writing their recipes down. Even though the letters make no sense, the practitioner pretends to read what they have written.
Puppets, dolls, and toys that represent people to encourage your child to incorporate language into their play.
One day, Granny calls Selma.
Selma, may you please go to town for me? Okay.
Off you go to town. She comes across this Mr. Dog. He's a bit of a trickster, Mr. Dog. So he says to pretty Selma, she's bought all her stuff.
Oh, you're so small. It's to carry those things. Can I help you?
Yes, you can help me. That will be very nice.
Visual discrimination activities include those related to identifying opposites, sorting cards, doing puzzles, and ordering blocks. Let baby or toddler explore and discover various textured objects, different colors, shapes, and sizes. Let them play with blocks, stacking, ordering, and sequencing. Let them match sensory objects, household items, items of clothing. Let them pick out items that don't belong. A shoe with a pile of socks, a ball among blocks. Track an object with eyes, looking up and down, left and right, and in a figure of 8 formation. Use bubbles to follow and pop.
In this video, we are going to blow bubbles so that baby can follow them with their eyes.
We have bubbles. This is a big bubble. You. Ah.
You can let baby try to catch the bubbles, but remember to use caution as soap can burn baby's eyes.
The role of the adult. Demonstrate to your child that reading a book is a fun part of the daily routine. Read with expression by changing the pitch of your voice where it is appropriate. Read in an exaggerated way where it is appropriate. Stress particular words or phrases for emphasis. Use different voices for different characters. Stop once in a while to make comments and pose questions about pictures. Make funny animal sounds. Read the same books over and over again. Children love repetition. Ask them what happens next. Let them turn pages on their own. As you read, stop and describe any pictures your baby or toddler points to or seems curious about. Point to and name the pictures to help your baby learn words. Name the parts of faces you see in pictures as you read. For example, see the baby's nose. You have a nose too. Read simple stories about daily routines like bedtime or bath time. Explain what the story is about. Run your finger along the words as you read them to demonstrate that words have meaning and text is read from left to right. Let your toddler read pages that interest them, even if out of order. Choose books that make noises and have fold-out sections they can lift to reveal hidden surprises. Ask specific questions like, "Where's the bird?" and let your toddler point to it. Talk about how pictures of objects can be grouped. For example, "These are all red," or "These are all fruits." Encourage your child to talk about the story by asking questions like, "What will happen next?" Encourage your child to point to and name pictures on their own. Pause and let your child try to fill in the words or phrases of familiar stories. Let your child try to count by asking questions like, "How many balls are there?" Let your child try to categorize objects by asking questions like, "Which ones are animals?" Begin a discussion by relating the story to your child's own experiences. For example, if reading a book about a birthday party, ask your child, "How did we celebrate your birthday?" Encourage your child to tell or draw their own stories. Ask your child to name and tell you what sounds particular letters make. Ask your child questions about emotions. For example, do you think this character is happy or sad?
In the video, the children will incorporate the story into an art activity, having experienced the story by dramatizing it. The children have a good idea of what they would like to draw.
Okay, let's throw a fish net. Bafana, let's throw a fish net. Which fish are you throwing? This one, the blue fish. Remember in our story, there was a blue fish net? Let's throw the blue fish. Let's throw Daniel. And then after we will cut net, our fish out net. What color is your fish? It's red. You chose this one. Oh, okay. That's a nice fish. Yellow and blue net. Yellow and blue fish net. Okay.
In the video, we saw the practitioner reinforcing the new word by discussing what the children were drawing.
Visit the toy library and let your child pick out books that interest them.
We will see how the practitioner uses a story she read about the sea to prompt the art. However, please note she allows the children to be creative and decide what they would like to do in the art time.
Oh wow, you're painting. Susanna, what you making? Hey? What you painting?
In the video, we saw the practitioner encouraging experimentation and creativity, never expecting the children to make the same thing or copy a sample.